Happy 40th Return of the Jedi! Anyway, hey guys, it's Grand Admiral Thrawn. And yes, today is the 40th the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And I needed to celebrate it because I've already done the 5-year anniversary of Solo and the 18-year anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. So for Jedi, I decided to review a Black Series figure of Boba Fett. Now, before you tell me, his visor is on the accurate side. It's just the camera. It's doing a thing because the way I film. Anyway, it is on the accurate side. It just looks backwards. Now, this Boba Fett figure is full of so many features, okay? So much so that they kind of made it seem like it was worthy of making Boba an extra $10 by throwing in all these features. And with Boba, I can accept that because they did actually throw in some good features. With Cobb Vanth, however, I can't accept it because the only things that make his seem justifiable are his jetpack and Boba's helmet. But anyway, we're not talking about that today. We're talking about Boba Fett's Return of the Jedi Black Series. Now, Boba is number 6 of Jedi. Admiral Akbar is first, I believe, because he was one of my first Black Series reviews. And when I had to pick a character to review for Jedi, I was struggling. I even thought of actually just redoing Admiral Akbar's because I kind of was planning on that. But yeah, I was struggling to think of one, and then it just hit me. Boba. It was so obvious. How did I miss it? But yeah, as I was saying earlier, Boba here comes with so many accessories. Now, first up, he comes with his blaster, which they got very accurately, so good job there. It's long enough, it looks just like the thing, it's very accurate. Along with that, he also comes with his jetpack. And the jetpack itself has several accessories, kind of. The missile is removable, so you can make it seem like Boba's fired a rocket. The boosts for the jetpack are adjustable, like so. So that's a pretty good feature. I'm going to put the rocket back in real quick. And then I didn't take him out of the box because I didn't use him, but he actually comes with flames so you can make it look like he's flying with his jetpack. So when you put those on, you can say, they fly now. Anyway, yeah, I know. And then not only that, he also came with a version of his gun that is cut in half that you can put back together and remove. I think that's a cool feature, but why not just make the one gun then? I don't know, but yeah, they wanted to justify making him $10 more expensive. And then there are 2 other accessories that this figure came with. Now, if you saw the thumbnail, you'd know one of them is fire, to make it look like he's using his flamethrower. To use it, you simply just plop it in here, and this is a really good feature, and I actually do enjoy this one. The other one, however, is a bit less exciting. It's kind of a bit of a disappointment. I still like the inclusion of it. That is the grappling hook thingy that he uses to wrap up around Luke. Now, my first issue with it is it barely even stays on his hand. It falls right off his hand right when you put it on. And then the other thing is that, you can't really even wrap this around a Black Series figure. Luke would have to be this close to Boba. Literally, he'd have to be 2 feet away to actually wrap it around him. I get the inclusion of it. It's a good inclusion, but it doesn't really work in the end. So yeah, there's that. Now, on to Boba. They got all this detailing accurate. His visor is on the right side. It just doesn't look like that. I made the disclaimer. The dent in his helmet that he's had from the duel with Cad Bane in that unaired Clone Wars episode. His cape, his Mythosaur logo on his shoulder, just all these little scratches that they have on his armor to show that he's been in battle and has experience. They got all of that right, all of his symbols. The green, the yellow, the red, the nice mixture, and then the gray. They got that all right. The tan to his outfit. This is a great figure. And then they even add these wires to make it look like his gauntlets are connected to something. Great inclusions. Now, this is a problem with several Black Series figures. It's not actually so bad here with Boba unless you lower it. They do this thing where they think that you want the belt, if you ever wanted to take it off, that they should make it like it can be loose, so you could take it off. I don't like this feature because once you do, look at Boba now. He just looks weird without his belt like that. So you got to keep it here. And then they do the same thing with Padme from Attack of the Clones, in that hers is just always so loose. Like you move that figure like into this, and the belt's already falling. So yeah, that's something that I don't like with Black Series. Boba, they do a good job with it though. His isn't as loose, so that's something. And then about Boba's cape. With the rubber cape this time, it actually works, because they made it so that you don't interfere when you put the jetpack on Boba, and the cape is still there. They didn't do that with Mando, and that's a big issue I have with that figure that I've stated in my Mando and Grogu 2-pack review. So that's a big issue I have. The visor is adjustable, you can move it up and down, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a really good figure that they made for Return of the Jedi, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's a good figure. The helmet's not removable, because in the original trilogy, we never saw Boba without his helmet. So they didn't make it like that. Speaking of his helmet, in person, I don't know if you can tell on this, his face kind of looks a little thin. Like, if you're looking at my Mando helmet, it doesn't look like that, but his looks like it's on an angle like this. It's kind of weird in person. You can't really notice it right here, but it's not too big. It's just like looks a little weird. Yeah, they got his gauntlets accurate. This is just a great figure. It's got a few little nitpicks here and there, but other than that, I think it's a really good figure. Now, on to the box. That is an amazing image. I'm not kidding. That's an amazing image of Boba Fett. That's all I'm going to say. On the back, you have a bit of information. You get to see that Boba's number 6. You can line it up with all the other Return of the Jedi figures and make the cool wall art that they do with certain waves. I'm a big fan of that. I don't have enough of the Return of the Jedi ones, though. And speaking of which, they've announced a few new ones. They're going to be making Chewie from Return of the Jedi and Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, we haven't gotten a Jabba in a long time, so I'm proud of that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it just seems like this is going to be a great 40th for Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi, amazing movie. A ton of people say it's the weakest of the original trilogy, which it probably is, but I don't know why people say it like that one's the worst of the original trilogy. It's not like that. You know they still like it, it's just the way they say it, it sounds like they don't like the movie. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But yeah, this is Grand Admiral Thrawn. I've done Boba Fett for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And in the comments, let me know, what other Black Series characters do you want me to do? I've gotten a suggestion from my buddy Movie Fan to do Captain Rex, another famous clone, who I will be doing soon. I'm working on the Rogue One members. And yeah, I've done a lot of Black Series reviews, and hey, I like doing it. That's what my channel is pretty much going to become for a while. And yeah, this Boba's got some pretty good detailing on him. The jetpack has the colorings on it, very nice. I like all that. Yeah, I think they just did a really bang-up job with this figure. And it looks just like Boba from Jedi. Something that's a little weird, though, is when you watch Jedi or even Empire, like, you know that Boba is going to end up how he does in Mando and Book of Boba Fett. I don't know. That's not really a thing, though. It's like that with every character. It's like that with Andor for me. Like, he doesn't seem the same as he is in Rogue One. It's not that big a deal. But yeah, this is an amazing figure. I don't think you'll find one on shelves anymore. This was released a few years ago. But I think they are releasing more lately. Like, they've done the Han from Endor and several others, Scout Troopers. Yeah, they're really releasing a lot for Return of the Jedi, and that's a great thing. I am not complaining. I'm going to give him his gun back real quick. But yeah, I think this figure, even though it's got all these little issues, I still think it's a 10 out of 10 because those are just minor issues. It's not like with Bad Batch Tech, how they didn't give him his goggles. I'm still pissed about that, Hasbro. You can make up for it with Season 2? Oh yeah, what if you want the Season 1 armor, huh? He doesn't have his goggles. Anyway, I'm not talking about that. Right now, Boba Fett, great figure. I recommend you pick one up if you find one. And yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off. And go watch Return of the Jedi for the 40th. You don't have to. I recommend you do. I'm probably gonna right after I finish filming this. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off. And I look forward to our next encounter in my next video. Bye!